Alright guys, so today on Tuesday we have a super jam-packed day with getting ready to kick off our Costas project. So today we are going to kick off our project, and our first part of our project should be finished by the end of the day. And so that's going to be completing our level 1 questions for our characters. So when we jump into the project, I am going to explain that in a bit more detail. And as a reminder, Thursday next week is our last day for late work for the entire quarter because we are almost finished with our first quarter. So let's go ahead and dive into our Tuesday folder. So our Tuesday attendance question asks us, what superpower would you choose and why? So this comes to us from some of our attendance questions that were submitted last week. So we have a couple of our students who are curious as to what superpower you guys would have. All right. So let's dive a little bit deeper into our folder. So yesterday, to prepare for today's project, you guys watched the real story of the Three Little Pigs, and so we have that linked again in today's in case you guys can't find it in yesterday's folder. We've also added in the PDF version, so the hard copy of the book, so you guys can always reference that when working on your questions for our project. So let's go ahead and dive in to where it says Costas questions and the real story of the Three Little Pigs. All right. So with this, you guys are going to be creating questions from the perspective of each of the characters. That's the wolf, the first pig, the second pig, the third pig. And you want to keep in mind that character's point of view. You're going to write your characters as if you were, write your questions as if you were that character. Each character is going to get 3 level 1 questions, 2 level 2 questions, and 1 level 3 question. So once we get done on Wednesday, you guys are going to get a chance to design their houses, and we also have a bunch of resources built into our assignment for you, so that way you don't have to hunt them down in your agenda. So as we are looking at our assignment, we do have our directions listed on our first slide. So we do have our example, and this is from the perspective of our character Granny in the true story of the Three Little Pigs. So as you guys can see, we have our 3 level 1 questions, our 2 level 2 questions, and our 1 level 3 question. So as we go through, we do have a slide for the wolf, who is named Al, our first little pig, our second pig brother, our third pig brother, and then we jump into resources at the end of our project. So we have both the video built into the slides, we have our book built into the slides, you have our Costas house to help you guys remember that we have gathering, processing, and applying, or that book brain beyond thinking. We have vocabulary to help you guys write questions, and we even have your sentence stems built in as a slide as well, and so you guys can use those sentence stems to create your questions the same as you used them last week when we were working on the story of Adelita. Okay, so if we go through with our first thing, today we are only going to focus on level 1. So that's our very bottom level. So these are things that we can point to directly into the story, okay? So looking from the point of view of Granny, 3 questions that she could ask that you would be able to point to directly into the story. Where is my grandson? So we can point him out in different settings as we go throughout the story. What is taking my grandson so long? You can actually point to those parts in the story. And what kind of cake is he making for my birthday? And we can find that specific detail on one of the pages of the story. So again, today, we're only going to focus on level 1 questions. So don't start level 2 and don't start level 3. We will go ahead and we will work on those tomorrow. Thanks, guys.